All right, shifting focus now back to India, where a booklet has now been released by the Lok Sabha Secretariat that has now listed out words and expression that would now be considered unparliamentary in both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha right ahead of the monsoon session that begins on the 18th. This list comes right ahead of the monsoon session and use of terms like jumlajeevi, baal, buddhi, COVID spreader, and even commonly used words like ashamed, abused, even betrayed, corrupt, drama, hypocrisy, and incompetent will henceforth be considered unparliamentary. My colleague Madhav also joins us on this broadcast. So Madhav, this is certainly a very extensive list we are looking at, and even common terms have now been in fact put in them and considered unparliamentary.
Well, that's the charge of the opposition parties, but the fact is that it is normal for the Lok Sabha Secretariat, they say, to issue such a list of what are unparliamentary words. Of course, in this particular case, the opposition, the point it is making is a lot of the expressions such as jumlajeevi, etc., which they use for the government in normal course, have been included in the list. However, we have also contacted the Lok Sabha Secretariat, and what they have to say as far as this matter is that this is not a new list. They say that the last time a list was issued, it is in 2020. Leaders which are insinuating that this is an attempt by the government to gag opposition ahead of the next parliament session, they say is incorrect, factually speaking, because they believe that there is no fresh list that has been issued by the Lok Sabha Secretariat. We will, of course, wait for a formal statement to come in from the government, but this is what sources the Lok Sabha Secretariat are indicating at this point of time. Certainly, of course, it's going to lead to a huge war of words. We know from Monday, the monsoon session of Parliament is set to begin, but ahead of that, this kind of a news coming in itself certainly has caused a huge flutter, particularly on social media, with several top leaders coming out and tweeting on this particular aspect. We will have to see, of course, if any formal statement is issued by the Lok Sabha Secretariat or even by the government on this issue, but for the moment, this is what sources in the Lok Sabha Secretariat are telling us.